Hello, everyone. In today's podcast with Elke, we will talk about past lives. Do they really exist? And if they exist, do they affect us in our everyday life? Well, I am excited what Elke will tell us about this subject. Meanwhile, you arrived Italy, Elke. I know that. So, buongiorno, Elke. How are you doing?
Buongiorno, Jutta. I'm enjoying the cold
The
in the
cold.
end of May. Not
Oh.
cold, but for Italy it is cold, and
Mhm.
especially I'm not too far from the ocean, 20 kilometers or maybe even 20 miles. So yeah, so it's relatively cold, and the weather is not the best, but it's okay. It's I love pizzas, I love pasta, and yeah. So. And it is what it is, right?
Yeah,
We
right.
enjoy everything. So, well, thank you all, my friends, for joining us. And of course, thank you, Jutta. And well, so listening to your intro, so the first thing was basically, do they exist? Correct?
Mhm. Yeah.
So, for yourself, Jutta, if I ask you the question, or if I may ask you the question,
Yeah,
well,
sure.
do they exist and why?
Yeah, for me, they do exist because, okay, it's a feeling that they exist for me because as example, I have been on many places and I'm sure that in this life I have never been there, but the feeling was, hey, yeah, I know that. I had this feeling before. I I could remember some mountains or standing on a lake, yeah, and I knew this feeling. So how can that be? There must be a remember of something, but I don't know what it is.
Hmm. So it's basically a connection to a place, or
Yeah,
sometimes
or
even
sometimes with people as well.
exactly that's what I was gonna say,
Oh,
because that's more common even, so that you meet someone and you feel like you know them forever, which
yeah.
is the truth, right? So, but the thing is, so you have asked yourself the question, is there, is there something more to life? So for myself, with my family, my mom always said, well, I talked to my mom, so my grandma, and we said, okay, if she's over there, and she will give her a sign, but she never got one. And I think my grandma did the same with her mom, if I remember right, and all this stuff. So everyone is wondering if there is something more to life, because especially here in the Western societies, the last at least 50 years or longer, uh, we have been taught that basically, so there's the evolution, uh, the strongest will prevail, and basically humanity is an era of whatever people believe, right? The ones
Mhm.
some believe uh, humans need to be extinguished. Some believe, again, humans are the top of the line, so to speak, and the beliefs are many, but taught in school and whatever. Of course, there is religion, and there is a difference, a wide variety. So, for my or literally, it's everyone has to ask themselves and find out for themselves. And how would you be able to do that? So, how did you come to the conclusion, Jutta?
I don't know if it was really a conclusion, but it
Well, do
was
you know it?
no, I don't know it, but
Okay,
the feeling I can't explain that feeling, but it was normal for me.
exactly. That's the first one, right? So, and
Mhm.
I mean, let's be, let's go with our mind. Let's use common sense. Okay. I mean, for myself, because I grew up in a very, well, in a worker family, right? Everyone was, well, how a worker family is. So very, um, very grounded, very matter of fact, uh, and well, what you see is what you get, right? So
Mhm.
basically, and all this stuff, not very religious. And for myself, I started to ask myself, well, of course, I felt myself always that I am more than just this physical cover, right? That I am this being that you could say doesn't change, but is ever changing. So it's hard to explain it with the mind because the mind cannot even start to comprehend who we are. Okay. So the core never changes, but we constantly change. We constantly recreate ourselves. So I knew that, of course. And then I was looking at what we were taught in school, wherever, right? And also looking at the church, and I knew the story. So Joshua, when Joseph, Jesus was real, right? I knew that, but the teachings, they didn't very much, a lot of it didn't make sense to me. Okay. So I always, from very early on, I question it. Okay. So I knew, that's why I asked you. So you know it. And actually, you know it, Jutta. Okay.
Okay.
When you feel into your heart, and for everyone. So it starts with asking the question, what they teach me, does this make sense? Okay. Does this make any common sense? So if they say, well, there is the survival of the fittest, and you are the result of the genes coming in from mom and dad, and that's what you are made of. So basically, you are made up out of your mom and dad. That's why there is the saying, well, she's just like mom, she's just like dad, or he's this and that, just like she looks. For myself, they always said, she just looks like mom, oh, and she, whatever, right? And I said, yeah, great, awesome. I loved my mom, okay? Even though she had her flaws, but I loved her dearly. But I said to me, no, no, I'm not. I might, I didn't even look like her, but that's what it is, right? Of course, I had rather blonde hair, and my mom had them colored blonde. So great, awesome, just like her. So, oh,
Yeah.
did I color my hair? So no, yes, let's not get too far away from the subject. But it's literally using your mind. When they say, well, you are just like mom and dad, especially for me, it didn't make sense because they were eating meat, whatever, and I was completely different than that, right? And within your heart, I mean, when someone says to you, you are the result of mom's and dad's DNA, and you are basically a mix of mom and dad. How does this feel for you, Jutta? Within
Okay.
your body.
A mix that's okay, but it's
I'm not saying what do you think about it. I want you
okay.
to go.
I feel that there is more.
No,
It's
what I'm not, no guesswork, no whatever. We are using our
okay.
body as the tool that it is. Let's get out of our mind. Everyone, please. Let's get out of the mind into the heart, into letting the body tell you the truth. Because the mind, as it uh, tunes into the ego. The ego is outside of you, as well as into mass consciousness. The mind will tell you stories through mass consciousness, through the ego. But they say, and I heard this, and this should be, and oh, I could be okay with mom being a mix of mom and dad, but I could not be okay being this or that. No, that's all ego. That's all ego nonsense. That's all assumptions. Let's go to the source. And the body will never tell you stories. So let's
Okay.
move from the mind into the heart, into feeling, into your heart and feeling the body. So higher levels take command. Let me feel my present. Let me feel my neutrality. Let me feel the truth. And how is your body reacting? Is it starting to feel lighter and brighter, more
I
open,
want to
more
break
more
out.
Exactly. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, that is how it should feel. That's how you feel. Open, expansive. Well, bring it on. Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now I'm saying, Jutta, you are the result of the genes of mom and dad, and you are basically of a mix of mom and dad. And how does your body feel now?
Narrow.
It gets denser and denser,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It feels like it becomes a cage. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so that is a sign, okay, there's something wrong with this. This is not true. Isn't that amazing? So it's so easy to find out the truth. So, and now let's go
Hmm.
into Jutta. So let's come back to our neutrality,
Yeah.
into this feeling of yourself. Jutta, you are consciousness, you are love, you are light. You are, you took up the body as your vehicle and you are using the mind as your tool.
Mm-hmm.
And you are finding out more about yourself within this body, in this shared environment with beautiful other creators incarnate to expand, to grow, to be yourself, to walk your walk. How does this feel? How does the body feel? How does
Yeah.
it feel, Jutta?
It's
She's
it's
so blue. Where
yeah,
are you?
I just was diving in, sorry. It
Enjoying yourself. Exactly. Well, how did
yeah,
this feel?
yeah, it becomes a warmth and yeah, how do we call it? Goosebumps. I got
Yeah.
goosebumps. Yeah.
It feels
And
expansive, open. It
and
feels it
yeah,
feels
but it
like,
only was a
yeah, this
second.
is the truth. This is
Yeah.
the truth.
Yeah, and it only
So
was a
this
second. Yeah.
exactly. So this is the body telling you this is the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Jutta, of course you are having this experience, but you had experiences before and you will have experiences after it. And how does your body feel? Is it open?
It is open. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm asking you and I want she's blissed off with
Yeah.
herself.
Yeah. That's correct. I'm now feeling a little bit watched. Hmm. Yeah, but it's good.
No, you are doing amazing. That's really how we find out the truth. So this is, and then again, let's use common sense. What they are saying, does this even make common sense? So that the strongest has to persist, we have to fight each other, and just feeling when I say that we have to fight, and it's the survival of the fittest. So how does the body feel, Jutta?
Dense and cold.
Yeah, it gets denser and it's no
Yeah.
fun to walk in this
No,
direction. This is your
no.
consciousness tuning into this game, which it is, okay? So
Hmm.
it's just children playing there and finding out more about themselves and saying, okay, and of course, buying into this that life is hard, it's a prison, and we have to defend ourselves. And survival of the fittest, and we have um, to preserve the genes, to preserve the species, or we have to eliminate all of these that have been so. I mean, humanity is just they did destroy everything. So there's so many beliefs. But when I say all of this, how does it feel? Is this something you want to play with? Is this something that feels like truth?
No,
Exactly.
absolutely not.
Exactly. And now you make the decision, hey, okay. So they are playing, they believe whatever they believe. Religion, everything. See, there is, of course, the truth. Joshua did come to the earth to plant the seeds. They are now starting to grow.
Mhm.
But a lot of the story is just what they have added. It's not true. It has been made to something that is supposed to let you continue to feel small, to feel powerless, to feel like someone else has to save you, someone else has more power, someone else is going or has to redeem you because you are inherently are a sinner. And Joshua would never have said that.
Mhm.
This is how you find out the truth for yourself. So Jutta and I have come to the conclusion that reincarnation exists. And that's how you, my dear friends, can do the same. Because I don't want to tell you what you have to believe. I'm not one that's I don't like the word. It's about I want to show you the truth, how you can find out more or for yourself. That's not I'm not here to tell you you have to walk this way, that way, or the other way, and you have to do it like me. Because you are unique. I am unique, and you com- have a completely different perception because you are unique through your frequencies, your tones, and how you perceive. There is only one Jutta and one you in the whole universe, and without you, the universe wouldn't be whole. So I want to show you how you can feel the truth yourself, how you can feel what is your path, how you can feel or come back to yourself. Be yourself, walk your walk, and not let yourself be taught something that feels limiting, that feels dense, that feels like a cage.
Mhm.
And that's, again, the body will never tell you stories. That's how you find out what is in the highest for yourself. I don't want to say right or wrong because there is no right or wrong. What is quote unquote right for me might not be right for you, and vice versa. Okay, so that's on the subject of is there reincarnation? For ourselves, Jutta, and we cannot speak for others, for
Mhm.
ourselves, we come to the conclusion yes, there is.
Yeah.
Okay, what was the other one? Next, please.
Uh, yeah, okay. The next one is if they exist, do they affect us in our everyday life?
Yes. Okay, so as they exist, not if,
Ah,
they
okay.
do.
Yeah, they do for us.
Yes. So when in the beginning, so in the old paradigm, humanity, as you have heard me speak or write many times, is going into a new paradigm, into a paradigm of the heart, into a paradigm of yourself. The old paradigm is literally the paradigm of the mind, the ego, expressing ourselves through the mind, which is just a tiny little peephole. So you can imagine of how much of you is coming through. Pretty much nothing. Okay. So why not change it to bring in you through the heart and use the mind as a tool to translate yourself into the outside, which is what I am doing right here, right now. I'm not preparing anything, what I'm saying or not. I am feeling into my heart and what is from the whole universe been downloaded, transmuted, what I get here, I'm translating in real time, in the real now, to you. Okay. So this is how it was created to be. Okay. But unfortunately, uh, because of course, in this human existence, you need a mind, and the mind is actually innocent. Okay. The mind was created to tune into the outside world. So to keep the body safe. Because when we came in originally, we came in and we walked around, and well, there might have been a river. You walked into it, found out, oh, I couldn't swim. Oh, okay, I can't swim. So bloop, 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 and you left the body again.
Dropped out.
Or you walked off a cliff, or there was a big mammal that was hungry and it thought you would be a good meal, so you were gone again. So it wasn't a big deal. You just came back to took another body. That's what it is. That's how the animals still do it. They leave the body and then they pick up a new one. And that's how it is. And it was created to be. And it will be. So that's literally how it's supposed to be. Okay. Not they have to, but I mean, that's how does it feel coming in, having your experience, and then leaving again? So, no fear, no nothing, just enjoyment, being yourself, finding out more about yourself, expanding, growing, and most importantly, because it's a shared environment, to play with others or not. You have the right to choose. If it doesn't, if it's not fun, then just don't, right? Just say no, don't. If they play a game you don't enjoy, it's like a kid. If you don't enjoy, I don't know, playing soccer, you would rather knit, then you don't play soccer. Other, except if it's in school and you have to because it's on the curriculum or whatever, right? But let's not go there. So it literally is coming in, being yourself, expressing yourself, walking your walk, growing, expanding, and playing with others that you enjoy to play. No, I don't like you. It's just what do I enjoy? Finding out what you enjoy. So, but the mind was developed, and the mind was there to watch the body, see if there is something off. If there was fire, you had the hand in the fire. Oh, the hand gets burned. That's why it sends you pain, right? It took it was the mind through the ego is and was going overboard. Okay. So but that's what it was for. So fire, hot, it burns the skin. Let's better not do it. A cliff, well, if the body falls down, it might not be so good for you because you are most likely going to leave the body or it will be severely impacted, right? So that is common sense, isn't it? And that's what the mind is for. I like to see it as a computer.
Mhm.
A computer which helps you navigate the planet, which helps you in these times drive a car, calculate, and even translate yourself into the environment, and then show you through common sense that there might be a problem if you do something. So, walking through nails or whatever. So, of course, we might rather not do it. Not going into fear, not going into, oh my goodness, just, okay, this might not be beneficial for myself. So, I might rather walk another way because I'm not into masochism. So yeah, so but
Mhm.
you might. So more power to you. I'm not talking to you. There might be some, but they are not listening to us. Okay, I'm just teasing you. Okay, so it literally was created to be like this. But then, unfortunately, humanity, or rather your spirit, your consciousness, had the environment and there weren't many tools. And that's why you invent things, right? Humanity is known for that. So you have hands, that's why we have hands, to get to something small and create with our fingers. Animals cannot do that. They have their
Mhm.
mouth, they have their feet, so to speak, and front and back, or sometimes whatever. So it's not as sophisticated. Apes have roughly the same. So that's why many say they are related to us. Whatever. Okay, it's. Of course, there were steps to get the best vehicle for our spirit, for our consciousness. Okay, so and then let's say Jutta and I were there, and Jutta invented the eggs. Right? She found a sharp stone and a little wood things there, and she put it together and could now cut some stuff and do some stuff, right? And I was seeing that, and instead of asking Jutta, "Hey, how can I do this? How did you do that?" I said, "I want this," and then I took it from her. So literally, that's how the ego was created. So I want this, I take it from you, and that's why it got more and more. Right? I want things that you have that I cannot do. So why should I bother creating it or asking you or learning it? So I just take it away from you. Uh, then I see you have a beautiful uh, wife or husband or partner at that time,
Mhm.
and I have none. So why not take your partner? And at the same time, well, take your vehicle, your beautiful body. So you have to take another one and all this stuff. That's how the ego and karma got created. And then humanity got denser and denser and denser and more identified with the ego through the mind. So I need, and I have to have the most. Otherwise, uh, that's how survival of the fittest or only the strongest survive really got developed, right? So, well, not a fun game. I'm not playing there
Mhm.
anymore. I'm not interested, but many still play it. Well, more power to them. They will realize that there is much better ways as well. But this is how literally when you say sometimes you meet people, you think you know them forever because you
Yeah.
do. I've had many, many journeys with them. And very often you meet each other to balance out something. That's why very often partners trigger themselves so much because they have so much that they have to work out. Okay. So they feel they know each other, that they think that is love because, well, and then they find out, well, oh my goodness, I don't even like this guy or this girl. What have I been doing? And then you trigger each other. It's not because whatever you are being punished, it's for you to wake up and say, whoa, okay, what's going on here? And then to redecide. Okay. So it's really so you met each other to balance it out. And sometimes, okay, I might have killed you, and then you come back in the next lifetime. We even end up being friends, and then you feel okay. I really hate her or him, whatever.
Mhm.
And then you end up, well, killing me, right? And you don't know where this urge comes from, right? But it's this, I have to kill her or him, whatever the case may be. You yourself, you do not have a gender. You come back many times as each gender. Some have preferences, and it's just for the journey. Sometimes it's just what's best for the journey, and whatever. So it does not matter. You are neither male nor female. So, and each time, so let's say now you are with a knife, you are there behind my back and want to kill me, right? So this urge, I have to, somehow I have to. She did something horrible to me, and literally at this point you are in this past life is there, and you see me who has killed this part of your past life, which is stuck, okay, and still repeats the process. That's why you are trying to even it out, okay. And now there's this little loving voice that says, my friend, you don't have to do that, okay. So, and of course you don't listen to that voice, you kill me. And I had the same voice that said, hey, you should rather be at the North Pole but not be here right now, or, well, because you kill me and then that's what happens. I realize something happens to me. I go out of my body, see you kneeling at my body, and then I feel betrayed. I feel anger. I feel whatever I feel, and I want to get back at you. So now I am stuck, and now I want to get even with you again. And that's how it played out and played out and played out. But when both have met, when they left the body, you came back and said, well, great job, high five. This time we didn't get it. It was so much fun. If we didn't get it, let's do it again.
Okay.
Next time we will wake up. We will get it. We are not gonna repeat it. So that's why karma and whatever. It was there for you to wake up, transcend it, overcome it, and be done with it. Okay, saying, why would I even hate this person? I have no reason. So let's be done with it. I'm not gonna dive into this urge. I'm not gonna pay back. Why would I? I'm myself. So that's literally how and why you came back. But that's the old paradigm of the
Uh,
mind. Yes.
I have one
Okay.
question. Yeah. But it's enough when one of the two
Yes.
recognize to stop
Yes.
it. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So I see you have killed me, and I say, okay, let's say, because I still am there. It's just the body that is dead, right? And of course, the mind dissipates more and more and more. At first, you think you still have a body, and the more you go into the quote light, back to yourself, the more you let go of these attributes, because you are not a body, you have a body. So you express through a body. Okay. So let's say I'm just realizing, oh, my body's gone, or my body's there on the floor. What happened? I see you kneeling beside me with a knife in the hand, and I'm saying, whoa, why did she do that? And then I look and feel into you and see what happened, because then I have the ability. I don't go into victim mode. Oh, she killed me, she's bad, she's evil, she's whatever. And I say, hey, why? Why did
Yeah.
this happen? And then my entourage will show me, and I will say, okay, well, I'm not going into, I don't want to get back to her. I'm done with this. I'm not playing there anymore. And then it's done. This one is done. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So even though I lost my body, we both transcended it.
Mm-hmm.
because this charge you brought in, and that comes back right back to the question you said, do they influence us? So
But
most of-
mhm,
yes, but
but I could even stop it before killing you again.
yeah, you could do it, yeah. Or
Yeah,
I could just not go there and
yeah,
say, well, I don't, something is off there, and not. It's just like with 9/11, many didn't go to work because they
yeah.
listened to their inner voice. So every time something happens, there is this inner voice. You shouldn't go there, go
Mhm.
another way. And those that were there, they had the same inner voice, but they said, "But I have to, but I need to." They were in their mind. The others, they listened to their heart.
Coming back to the beginning, as I told you, that there are places I remembered. Sometimes it was only a smell, and I knew this smell,
Mhm. So
but
you were there. Yeah,
I couldn't give it a name, but I knew
exactly.
it.
You were there, and you are basically, sometimes you just go to a place, and then there is a part of you stuck, or you are taking this energy or bringing it back home. Okay,
Hmm.
so in this case where you presumably killed me, and I said no, so I brought my part of myself home that was stuck, or yes, so I cleared that up. So because I killed you, it's very often because it's traumatic, even for this. So I cleared out all this energy, right? And
Hmm.
this dark part of you was able to go home as well, even if there was none for myself. So, as I say, with usually in the old paradigm, you came in to even out something. You came in with a either to experience something or to transcend something. And when point was reached, you left the planet and took up a new body because it was so dense, and it took a lifetime to even get to maybe a resolution or whatever the case may be. With a
Hmm.
new paradigm, and I'm see myself as a perfect example. I have I have lost count how many times I have died. And what this means is a part of my ego died. Part of those belief systems, parts of myself that were stuck have gone to the light. And that was a point where I had the not the chance. I literally was asked, do you want to continue or do you want to leave? Because we have reached a point of conclusion, so to speak. And I said, no, I want to go further. Okay. So, because it's easier now, of course, to resolve and dissolve things. So it's much quicker. So, and the younger you are, the more, uh, because nowadays the children that come in, nearly everyone is an indigo, double or triple indigo, a crystal, whatever, right? So they snip with a finger what took me whatever 10 years, or it goes faster for me too, right? The more or it actually, well, there's not much left. So it's just, oh, this happened, uh, whatever, and then we see, okay, there's no real reaction. Awesome, this is done, right? So of course, stuff for me happens as well, and then we see, because my entourage brings that before me, and then we see, okay, because they show me how far I have come. So many say think they transcended something, and then it comes before them again, and they say, "Well, did I do wrong? I thought I'm over this." Yeah, it's your entourage asking you. First of all, are you done with it, and
Hmm.
showing you how far you've come. Because if there's no reaction, you are done with it. Okay,
But
so they
as
are
long
honoring you. They are honoring you by
Mhm.
bringing this before you. and you see, well, there is no reaction, or oh, there is still a little bit of reaction. Why is this? So I might just have to let go of some of this more, or face this a little bit more until there is no reaction, right?
Mhm.
So it's what took a lifetime only 100 years ago might now, for the new, not new ones, but those that already have the new model, right?
Mhm.
Because the body is evolved, they have a completely different DNA. So they have already the improved model, and it's much quicker for them, but they still have to go through the process. But it through us, the older ones, or those, I see myself as a way shower, and I'm preparing the way for others. That's what I usually do. That's who I am. That's a huge part. If I have an identity, that's who I am. I jump in and prepare the way for others. My ego, my mind does not always like it, but when that this is when I tune into it. Well, this is me. That's just what it is. If I, as my little ego or mind, like it or not, and my
Mhm.
mind or ego don't like it, but that's just what it is.
Yeah.
And it's exciting, right? Because someone has to do it. So and of course, it's like you are in a jungle, and the first day that come, they have to make a way through it. At first, it's a small way, and then it gets wider and wider the more people walk this path, right? And of course, it gets easier and easier. That's why I'm doing the recordings. That's why I'm doing one-on-ones. It's every which way or shape or form I can assist, I'm gonna do, because that's why I'm what I'm here for. And I went through all of this, well, first of all, to show you, if I can do it, you can do it too. And second of all, of course, to make it easier for you. So you don't have to go through what I had to go through. I wouldn't wish that onto anybody, to be honest. And I don't, because this is my journey, and I wouldn't want to change a thing, because this has brought me to where I am. So this is, you usually bring in and brought in something you want to transcend, even out, and when this was done, you left the planet. That's how past lives influence you. And now, let's say you came in with this. For me, it was until my beautiful Ridgeback died. That was a point where literally I felt I could just step out. That was a point where I actually had probably decided to leave the planet. Okay. So, and well, I didn't, as you can see. I'm not a ghost. So, but there was many times where this happened in on this journey, right? So I brought in more to transcend. Okay. And I transcended it. And for me, it is, I have made the decision. I want to know how far I can get. I want no part of myself be without myself, with my consciousness, without my light, without me. I want nothing within myself that is not me. And that's the path I'm going. And of course, here to assist you and to bring in clarity and understanding, because I love you so much. So, yeah, so that's literally how past lives influence you. So, does this make, well, sense, or did this clarify it, Jutta?
Yeah, for me, it makes a lot of sense because you know my problem that I have. Yeah. It's not a big, yeah, maybe it's a big deal. I don't know it exactly, but I can't um yeah, how can I say it? I
Well,
don't
you
like
are
the
triggered by the word God.
Yeah,
And for
thank
me,
you.
it's just a
Thank you.
word.
It
And
wouldn't come out of
you're
my
not
mouth.
you are not the only one. So, and there is no physical reason in this lifetime for this to be
Yeah, there
there.
was nothing happened.
So
Mm,
you brought this in to transcend it, to
yeah,
let it go, because literally God is just a word. You can call it universe, and you always say, I call it source. Yeah, that's great. You can even call it uh, um, garbage can. It's a word.
yeah,
Okay, so and this is for you. Yeah, that's a huge one to transcend. So
yeah.
why am I triggered by this word?
And because of that, I'm so thankful for this podcast. Yeah, because I now it's time for me to solve it. Yeah,
Exactly, to just
it's
let
really time
show
because it
me
plops
show,
plops up.
exactly show me the truth. I want to
Yeah.
know why this is there, and then we bring those fragments back to the light, back home,
Mhm.
and ultimately back to ourselves, because we increase our frequency. We are letting go of everything that is not has nothing to do with that. We are bringing in our higher levels. The body increases in frequency, thereby we are able to. Your higher levels are pushing out what is not you, has nothing to do with you, showing you what is there that you let go of, need to let go of. And then the body increases again, and more of you can come in. And that's the process. And that's how you bring in more of yourself. And you, as yourself, push out what's not beneficial for yourself. So it's a beautiful process. It's a beautiful step by step thing. And you bring all those fragments of yourself that got stuck, that have misperceived something, that have made decisions that were not beneficial or have kept them stuck. You bring them home into the light. You take out all the charge, all the density. You're not, it's not that you are erasing it. We are just taking the charge off of it. The
Mhm.
journey is still there, but now you get to look at it from the overview, from the 360 point of view. You see every angle and aspect of it. And this takes out the charge, because now you can see why they were doing what they are doing, why everything happened, and that it now was never about you. It was not yours to take in and take on. Yeah, and it has nothing to do with you.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's a beautiful journey, and it literally, it's not, you are not being punished. Everything is shown for you to say, okay, I've been there, done that, worn the t-shirt, no more. I would prefer this. I would enjoy this. I'm not, this got old. It's boring. Show me more. I want to know more. I want to feel myself. I want to feel the joy of myself. I don't want to feel the love of myself. I'm done with the old paradigm, which the with the mind in the driver's seat, or rather the ego through the mind, but you in the driver's seat, emanating through the body, expanding through the body and within the body, and translating yourself to the mind, opening your mind, shutting, removing all the blinders, and seeing things for what they are, and others for who they are. They are beautiful facets of Creator as well. So there is one thing to finish it up that I want to mention really real quick, because I've seen it so many times. There's past life regressions, and people want to know about their past lives, because of course there's this urge, oh, I want to know if I was famous and whatnot, and rich and whatever, right? And that's all fine and dandy and great. So if you go into it, if you feel called to it, by any means, do it, please. But please, 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 okay, go into it. And well, every one of us has been rich. Everyone has been the victim, the perpetrator, has been evil, quote unquote. It's an experience, right? It is about finding out, okay, this has nothing to do with me. I'm not enjoying that. I'd rather whatever, okay? Because this reality, it is as real as it is because your focus is there, but it still is created by your energy, by you. You are the awareness behind it. You are actually the only thing that is real. But still, as you are having your focus in it, it still is as real as it is because you are finding out more about yourself through this reality, this matrix, this simulation, whatever you want to call it. Okay, because of course the body is not dense. Uh, it has been perceived and it seems to be dense. But if you look at it with a quantum microscope and all those things that science is now slowly catching up with, it's always catching up. Consciousness expands, creates, and then science catches up. It's never at the cutting edge. Science can never be at the cutting edge. You are the cutting edge. You are creating, and then science has to catch up. Okay? So never ever make science the end all be all because it is not. It's just something to make sense out of you, actually.
Hmm.
So, yes. So go into it and look at those past lives. And of course, it's awesome to know I've been the Queen of Sheba or whatever, right? But still, this is who you have been. Let's experience it a little bit. Let's come to terms with it, and then let's let it go. Even let's add the attributes you like about this experience to yourself, bring it to the forefront, whatever. But please, 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 let's not go back to wanting to be the Queen of Sheba. This is about who you are right here, right now, and who you create yourself to be right here, right now. Who are you right here, right now? Because many go into, oh, I have been this, I was so rich, and now I have to have this. And everyone, because I was so powerful and whatever, now everyone has to bow before me. Or I was this guru and I saved the whole world, whatever. Nearly, not the whole, because otherwise it would be saved, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I'm just teasing, okay? Because that's how the ego works.
And
There
you
is no,
can do that 10 or 20 times, but you are always coming back to the now.
well, the thing is, you can save, quote unquote, others, right? You
Hmm.
can lead them to the water.
Yeah.
Meaning is you can lead them to the light. But let's stay with the water. There's a saying you can lead the horse to the water, but it has to drink for itself. So you
Yeah.
cannot make it drink. And it's the same here. I can lead you to the light, whatever that means for you. But you have to walk into it. You have to take the steps.
Hmm.
And that's what we are doing here with this podcast, what I'm doing with the recordings, what I'm doing with the one on ones. And I'm also going to be doing quite soon something. It's probably going to be called Walk with Elke. And they will be shorter because most are not ready yet to listen to something like this for a long time, and it's just so deep, right? We could make this 10 hours, whatever. So this was supposed to be half an hour, and it's getting longer and longer. But it's just there's so much to everything.
Mhm.
And I want to show you that. And I want you to experience it for yourself. That's why I called it experience consciousness. You are experiencing yourself and then bringing it into your reality, making it yours, if you so choose. Who are you right here, right now? And this is it for today. It has been so much fun and such an honor and such a joy to play with you, to connect with you, to expand with you. And thank you, Jutta, for
Oh,
being
you're
here
welcome.
and being you. And thank you all for being here and being you. Love you all.
Thank you very much. See you next time. Bye.